evidence against him is admitting his responsibility. He does not have a complete, clear recollection of all the events of that day, Your Honor. That's why we're offering as a potential Alfred situation. He is admitting his responsibility.
Well, what's the reason he has no memory? The alcohol?
Yes.
Told that your attorney has told me that you don't remember some of the facts. Is that right?
Yes. Not completely, no.
Okay. Was that because you were highly intoxicated?
Apparently. Apparently, yes.
Okay.
Fernandez was attempting to cross the road. He was it was the time of the day, as you heard, it was approximately 10 o'clock and 10:45 in the morning. You had a backpack on. It was a clear day. There's no curves in this road in this area. It's actually a fairly straight road until the point where you reach the Pasco turn. The defendant was operating eastbound and struck Mr. Harry Fernandez as he was in the middle of the eastbound lane, the right-hand side lane, as crossing over the street. Mr. Robert Loranger then continued on without stopping. He did at one point hit his OnStar button, claiming to the, as well as there was calls from the OnStar to the local police department, stating that there in fact a box did not stop. He continued on. Mr. Harry Fernandez was found by Springfield Police. He was transported to a Bay State Medical Center. He was pronounced at 11:52 a.m. by Dr. Gross. An autopsy was performed by Dr. Sexton, which confirmed that Mr. Harry Fernandez died of his injuries from being struck by a motor vehicle. Mr. Loranger continued on down Page Boulevard, took a right on Pasco Road, went all the way down Pasco Road in the city of Springfield onto Boston Road. Where his vehicle then took a left onto Rentham, proceeded all the way down to the end of Rentham, where he struck the vehicle of Jessup Ross, which was a 2002 Subaru Impreza, mass registration 84PL88. After striking that vehicle, one witness saw this occurred. Mr. Loranger started backing up, informed Mr. Ross. Mr. Ross came out. They attempted to stop Mr. Loranger from leaving, at which time Mr. Ross jumped on the hood, telling him to stop. Mr. Loranger drove off with Mr. Ross on the hood, and Mr. Ross then jumped off after some distance. The defendant then left that scene, turned around, went back up to the Boston Road area, went through the drive-thru at a Taco Bell located on Boston Road, ordered food. There's surveillance video showing that Mr. Loranger was operating this vehicle with a completely, the passenger side of the windshield was completely smashed. Your Honor, he then proceeded to leave that Taco Bell area, then proceed back onto Boston Road, cross back down to Rentham, where he was ultimately stopped by the witness as well as Mr. Ross. Police arrived. They found Mr. Loranger. They could detect the odor of alcoholic beverage on him.
Do what I did remember or what I didn't remember?
What you do remember.
What I do remember.
Yes. I
remember feeling my windshield smash, a loud smash, shocking from a very quiet sunny morning. I remember going to the Taco Bell. I remember being at my mailbox, which is where I was going to retrieve my mail. It's not delivered to the house I had. And I remember at that point someone telling me that I had hit their car, and I returned with them. They said the police...
She wrote an impact statement. She wants me to read it to the court. She does not wish to come forward. She just wants me to read it.
All right, that'll be fine.
This is by Jasmine Fernandez. I would like to say thank you to all my family and friends who came out to support my father and my family. I have a few words to share. On September 9th, 2016, someone got behind the wheel of the vehicle completely under the influence of drugs and alcohol, risking the innocent lives of innocent bystanders. Unfortunately, this individual was able to walk away still breathing. I can't say the same for my father. He sits in court alone with no support in a room full of my father's loved ones. I want him to feel loneliness, because that's probably exactly how my father felt, alone and afraid as the car drove off, leaving his lifeless human body lying on the side of the road. I can't say my father's loved ones would ever forgive him for his actions, but I will say that I hope wherever he goes, he will have enough time to think over and over about the life he took that morning, and maybe one day be able to forgive himself.
My client's 68 years old. He wants the court to know that this particular day is a snapshot of his life. It's not the entire video of his life.
My family's side, on their side, this poor gentleman that lost his life, I am so deeply sorry this happened. I just wanted to make that statement, Your Honor.
All right, well, thank you very much.